Hi everyone. I've had a request to make a video on how to lock items down on the page so that they don't move around. So what I've done is I've put together a little activity here. I've actually cheated and used my New Zealand Collections resource pack. If you don't have this, New Zealand teachers, I'll show you at the very end how to get it. And I've grabbed the text and also sounds out of there to help me create this little activity, and a lovely background there as well. So the idea behind this activity is that the students are going to be able to drag up the different days of the week to complete the sentence that they're then going to have a go at saying. And because we're dragging things around the page, what I don't want to happen is for this to accidentally get dragged around the page as well. So everything that I want to be locked down onto the page, I'm going to grab, just with my mouse cursor turned on, all of this stuff at the top. And what I could do is right-hand click over the text. Sometimes if you're right-clicking over top of text, you accidentally right-click on the background and then everything is deselected and you have to start all over again. So I'm a bit of a fan of using Cheat's right-hand click or Object Edit menu, which you can see here. And down here you'll see I have the option to lock these down, and it's as simple as that. Now these no longer move around the page. If I do want to reposition them because I think, oops, that's a bit high for my students to reach because I have a wall-mounted panel or board and it's too high for them to reach, what I can do is I can come up to this little blue cog icon here and I can turn it red. That puts everything into design mode, and that means everything is disabled. So if I have action set, for instance, sound on this one, oh, sound doesn't play anymore. It is disabled. So I can temporarily move those around, bring them further down the page if I wanted to, like so. And as soon as I'm happy with where they're positioned, I turn that back to blue. So I go back into presentation mode and they're still locked down. If I wanted to permanently unlock them, this is where I can come back into my Object Edit menu or my Cheat's right hand click, and I can take the tick off that, and that will be now permanently unlocked again. Okay, once something is locked, the good thing about Inspire is that it actually tells you what to do. So if I'm trying to select that, this little tooltip pops up and it tells me I need to enter design mode. If you're not sure what design mode was, it was that little blue button again. Turning it red is design mode, turning it blue is presentation mode. You really don't need to worry about swapping between design and presentation mode, except if you want to disable something like that. So the idea now here is that the students are going to drag up one of the days of the week to complete the sentence, then they're going to have a go at saying it. I want to add one more element to this task though, because if this was me presented with this as a student, I would probably always try and pick Mane, because I'd be fairly confident that I would be able to pronounce that correctly. I might not challenge myself to try and pick a different word, one that might be harder for me to pronounce. So as a teacher, to try and introduce an element of randomness so the students are not sure what word they're going to get. You can see I'm bundling them all in here, and I'm going to come into my shape tool. I could put a picture on here if I wanted to. I'm just going to choose a shape. I'll make it blue and I'll give it a black outline, and I'm just going to draw a shape over top. Now at the moment, if I go to grab, I'm just going to pull the shape off. So I'm going to select and use Cheat's right hand click, or I could right hand click on the shape itself and lock the shape down. Now I've locked the shape, but you can see my cursor is changing as I hover over. Oop, there's something to pick up there. So my cursor changes from an arrow to an arrow with a cross, And now I don't know which one of these I'm picking out. So now I'm more challenged to have a go at pronouncing this word right. It wouldn't have been a word I would have necessarily chosen for myself if I was picking my own word. So I quite like to be able to lock things down like this on the screen to create that randomness to the activity. So the final thing I will show you, New Zealand teachers, if you want to get this resource pack, you need to go to the ClassFlow website at the moment. If you log in, create an account if you don't have one, it's free to join. I'm just going to log in. There we go. And I'm coming to the marketplace. Up in the keyword heading here, marketplace is where all the resources from Promethean Planet plus new resources for ClassFlow are stored. Here's my tip, just type New Zealand in the keyword search, and on the left hand side scroll down till you see file format, show all, and you're looking for the Inspire Resource Packs. Okay, there's heaps of them, and I'm telling you now it's this one, the New Zealand General Resource Pack. If I click on this, there you go, the description from Marmite to Matariki, Māori backgrounds to maps. That sounds like me, so I'm going to add it to my resources. It's a little bit of a two-step operation, I'm afraid. It's not as easy as it used to be on Planet, but it's great that we've still got access to these. Successfully added, so I'm now going to come to my resources tab at the top here. Okay, this is the second step. I've got to click on my marketplace folder, select my New Zealand resource pack, and this teeny tiny little arrow there is the download option. So I'll click that and you can see it's downloading here. Now once it has downloaded, all I need to do is go and find that in my downloads, double click on it, and it will ask me where I want to put it. It's your choice. You could put it in your My Resources if you want. I have it in my Shared Resources. Let me also put it in my Resources. Actually, no, I won't. I'll do it Shared Resources again and say, oh, yes to all. It imports. Your resource library will then want to index. That is so the search function will work. I'm going to stop that. And you will find your resource pack under a new heading. So it won't be in resource packs. It'll make a new heading for you. Okay. Australian teachers, you know, there's a lot of Australian resources in there in the ClassFlow website as well. So obviously you would just type in Marketplace Australia and show all Inspire Resource Packs, and that's where you'll find the Australian money, Australian maps, and so on and so forth. Okay.